In this video, I'm going to show you how to change this photo into something like that. I will take you through all the steps so you can do it even if you're a beginner in digital art and Procreate. All the files that you will need for this project are in the description of this video. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to draw more with me, join my Patreon where I have more step-by-step tutorials like this and many Procreate brushes. Link is in the description. And with all that being said, grab your drawing tools and let's start. Let's make a new canvas, A4 canvas from Procreate. And first we can import here our cactus picture. So for this, let's go to the picture gallery on the iPad. My picture is here. We can tap on it, tap on the cactus and hold for a second, and then move it to the side like this, drop it, and you will have here the option of copy. So tap on it. Now let's go back to the Procreate. And we can go here to the Actions menu, Add, and pick Paste. Now you have to allow paste, and the cactus is here. Let's make it bigger. Okay, and now we can color the background first. I want the background to be just black. So we can open the layers, go to the background color and take your black color like this. Tap on Done. Now we can start changing color of this. We'll start here with making this black and white. The easiest way to do it is to go to the adjustments and take Hue Saturation Brightness. And now here at the bottom we have to change the saturation to none. Let's tap here to finish. And we are going to recolor this. I want this to be in purple colors with a little bit of yellow. To do it, we can go to the adjustments and we can take gradient map. I have here already the gradient I'm going to use. It's this one. But I will show you how to do it. So tap here on the plus. And now we can change here the colors on this grayscale. Let's tap somewhere over here. Tap on it again, and we can take here this color. Now let's go somewhere more in the middle here. Tap on it and take this color. Now somewhere over here, let's tap again, and we can add this color. And now let's make a point over here, and let's take this yellow one. We can still slide those points over here and change it a little bit. Okay, so when you finish setting this up like this, let's tap on Done. And then tap here to finish this. We can now start adding here some more colors to this cactus. There are a few ways you can do it. Let's start with making here a new layer on top of this. And we can just paint here with color on top of this. And we are going to set this layer as clipping mask. So tap here and pick clipping mask. And this means that whatever we are going to draw here will be visible only on the area of the shape that's on the layer underneath. Let's take our first color. Take this one. And let's pick a brush. Let's go to spray pens and take splatter. Let's make the brush size 20. And we can just add it here like that. Now we can take a different color. Take this blue one and add it over here too. And now we are going to blur this. So let's go to the adjustments and take Gaussian blur. Swipe your pencil on the screen to the blur size and let's make it 4%. Tap here to finish. We still have to change here the blending mode of this layer. So this is not just like put here on top of this cactus. We want those colors to kind of overlay on the colors that are on the cactus. So for this, let's tap here And let's set this layer to overlay. We can make this effect stronger by duplicating this layer. So swipe on it to the left and pick duplicate. And now we can just merge those layers together. Let's add here some more colors in a different way. We are going to use a different blending mode. So let's make a new layer. Let's also set this clipping mask. And now we can change the blending mode to color. So go all the way down here and take color. Let's pick the color. Let's take this green one. We can change the brush for this now. Let's go to airbrushing and take soft brush. Let's make the brush size 8%. And we can just add this color in few places like that. Okay, now let's take different color. Take this blue one. Let's make the brush size maybe smaller now, 5%. And let's add it. Maybe let's add it around that green color, like that. Maybe somewhere here. And I think that's enough. We can also blur this a little bit. So let's go to the adjustments, take Gaussian blur, and let's add here small blur. Let's make it 3%. Tap here to finish. And we can make it even nicer by adding here a chromatic aberration effect. Let's go to the adjustments and take chromatic aberration. Swipe your pencil on the screen to add the chromatic aberration size. And now you can move this to see how the colors will be shifting here. You can also try this option, this place here, and then move your pencil here on the screen. But I like the perspective more here. I will add here transition 12. And I like this effect now. So my chromatic aberration here is 65. I moved this point a little bit down here to the right. I have perspective option and transition 12. We can tap here to finish. Now our first colors kind of disappeared here. Let's move them up. So let's take this layer here and move it up here above that other layer. Like that. And now this way we have here more colors. I would like to add here still a little bit of yellow color. So for this, let's make a new layer. Let's also set this clipping mask. Let's change the blending mode to overlay. And let's pick yellow color. Let's take this one. And let's make the brush size even smaller, maybe 4%. And we can just add it here in a few places where we want to brighten this up a little bit. Maybe here I would like to add it. Okay, I like it now. We can move on and add here some lights on the pot. For this we can make a new layer. And first we are going to draw the lines. So let's take the color for them. Take this one. And let's pick a brush. Let's go here to calligraphy and take monoline brush. Let's make the brush size 11. And let's draw here a line going across of the pot like this. Now maybe somewhere over here. And now maybe one going like that. And for me those 3 lines are enough. If you want you can draw some more. And now we can draw here some small rectangular shapes like this along this line where we are going to draw the lights later. Let's try to keep the same distance between them. Okay. And same here. Okay. Now let's draw the lights. So for this we can make a new layer. We are going to change the color. Let's take this one. And we can change the brush. Let's go here to luminance. And let's take light pen. I will use the brush size 100. And we can just draw dots like this. Okay, let's add to them a little bit of yellow glow. So for this we can make a new layer. We are going to put it under those lights. We can change the color to this one. We can change the brush now. Let's go to the airbrushing and take soft brush. Let's make it small, let's make it 2%. And let's just draw here under this like that. Do it very, very lightly. And I will still add one more light over here. So I'll draw this now. And now I can go back to this layer, to the previous color, and to the light pen, and just add this one extra light here. Now we're going to add some light to those ropes. So for this, let's go to this layer here with them. Let's make a new layer on top of this. Let's set it as clipping mask. And with this color over here, we can draw here just a little bit on top of them, close to the lights. Let's go here to the airbrushing and the soft brush. And very, very lightly, we can mark here areas like this. Okay, now let's drop shadow from those ropes. So we are going to duplicate the layer of the ropes. Swipe on it to the left and pick duplicate. Let's take the layer underneath. We are going to change here blending mode to multiply. And we can take the arrow tool. Here at the bottom, let's pick uniform option. And let's move this out like this a little bit. And now we're going to blur this. So first let's tap here to finish. And now go to the adjustments, take Gaussian blur. And let's add the blur size here, 6%. Tap here to finish. And we can turn down the opacity of this. So open the layers, tap here. And let's make this 77. We can also now add some light to the spot from those little light bulbs. For this we can take this layer over here, the one with the yellow glow. We are going to duplicate it. We can take the one underneath. And we can take the arrow tool and move this out like that, just a little bit. We are going to change the blending mode of this to add. We can turn down the opacity of this layer. Let's make it 53. And we are going to blur this too. So let's go to the adjustments and take Gaussian blur. And let's make the blur size here 9%. Tap here to finish. And now we have to erase this here from outside of the pot. So let's take the eraser, tap on it, and let's set it here to airbrushing and soft brush. Let's make the brush size 5% and just erase this here where it went outside of the pot. Okay, now I would like to fix this line here on the pot. So I'll just go to this layer over here, and with the eraser, I'll make it smaller, 2%. I will just fix this line over here so it's nicer. Now we can add some glow around this cactus. For this, we are going to use this layer here, the shape of the pot and the cactus. We are going to duplicate it. So swipe on it to the left and pick duplicate. Let's take this layer underneath here. And we are going to add here a bloom effect. So for this, let's go to the adjustments and take bloom. Swipe your pencil on the screen to add the bloom size. And then here at the bottom, we can change the other options. And my settings are like this: bloom 83, transition 57, size 32, and burn 99. Let's tap here to finish. And I would like to spread this out just a little bit more. So I will take the Gaussian blur. I will make the blur size 3%. Let's make this even more colorful. We can duplicate this layer. And we are going to change the blending mode of this top one. Let's set this to linear burn. And let's turn down the opacity of this, so it's not too strong. I will make it 56 and I'm going to blur this. So let's go to the adjustments, take Gaussian blur, and let's make the blur size 3%. Tap here to finish. And now we can add some kind of shadow maybe here under the pot. It will not be exactly the shadow, but maybe let's say it's like a floor here that this pot is standing on. So for this, let's make a new layer. Let's pick a color. Let's take this one. Let's take the brush, the soft brush. Let's make it bigger, 7%. And we can draw a shape here like this. Now let's take another color, this one. And I will add it over here. And now one more color, this one. Let's add it somewhere over here. Let's blend those colors together. So let's go to the adjustments and take Gaussian blur. We can make it 13%. Tap here to finish. And now let's add here some shadow from the pot. So let's make a new layer on top of this. Let's change the blending mode here to multiply. And let's draw here a shape like that. Right under the pot and just a little bit here. So it will kind of look like the pot is standing here and not flying. We can blur this. Let's take Gaussian blur. Let's make the blur size 6%. And let's make here one more layer. Let's also set it to multiply. We can make the brush size smaller now, 3%. And let's draw here right under the pot. And here like that. Okay. Now let's add some effects to the background. For this we can make a new layer. We can move this all the way to the bottom over here. And we are going to change the blending mode of this to add. We are going to add here some lights. Let's pick the color for them. Take this one. And let's pick the brush. Let's go to Luminance and take Bokeh Lights. With the brush size 56, we can just add them like this. Let's make this effect stronger by duplicating the layer. And now it's too strong, so we can turn down the opacity of this. I will make it 32. Let's add here some stars. Let's make a new layer for them. Let's change the blending mode to add 2. Let's change the color. Take this one. And let's pick a brush. Let's go here to my Shakura special brushes and take stars 2. My brush size will be 41. And I will just add them like that, kind of all over the background here. I'm going to make them shine more. I will add here bloom effect. So let's go to the adjustments and take bloom. Swipe your pencil and screen to the bloom size. And then at the bottom we can change the other options. And my settings are like this: bloom 27, transition 88, size 35, and burn 42. Let's tap here to finish. And now this illustration is finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you can share your drawing with me on my Instagram. I would love to see it. And if you'd like to draw more of me, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!